Meghan Markle just got the kind of news that makes Hollywood's A-list squirm. Oprah Winfrey has turned her down. Yes, the very same Oprah who once gave Meghan and Harry the primetime stage of a lifetime has now, according to sources, politely but firmly said, "No thank you," to round two. And if you're wondering how that went over in Montecito, insiders say Meghan is furious. Not just disappointed, blindsided. Could this be the moment the Sussex media machine finally hits a wall? Let's rewind. After riding the tidal wave of attention from her bombshell 2021 Oprah interview, the one that had Buckingham Palace in full crisis mode, Meghan reportedly thought she could call up her most powerful media ally and book a sequel. A clarification, she allegedly pitched it, to clear up misunderstandings and, of course, set the record straight on the last 2 years. But behind the scenes, sources claim Oprah didn't see it as a second act, she saw it as a rerun. And a risky one at that. Remember, Oprah's entire brand is built on credibility. The first Meghan interview drew massive ratings, sure, but it also unleashed a storm of fact checks, raised eyebrows, and accusations that certain claims didn't quite match up under the spotlight. Oprah took heat for that. And now, insiders whisper, she's not willing to take that heat again. Not for Meghan. Not when the public's patience seems thinner than ever. Could this get any worse for Meghan's media image? Because here's the thing, Meghan's post-royal career has been built on two towering pillars: controlling her own narrative and getting the world to listen when she tells it. The Oprah stage gave her both. Without it, that's like a castle losing one of its walls during a siege. Spotify deals fizzled. Netflix is complicated, according to Hollywood chatter, and polls show her popularity is dipping not just in Britain, but in the US too. The second Oprah sit-down wasn't just a vanity project, it was her shot at a comeback. Now, that shot's been swatted right out of her hands. And Oprah's no isn't just about this one interview. Industry insiders say it's a signal, a warning flare, even to the rest of Hollywood's power players. If Oprah's backing away, others might follow. We're talking the Gayle Kings, the Trevor Noahs, the Ellen DeGenereses of the world. The kind of names Meghan could once count on to offer a friendly platform. But if the Queen of Talk won't roll the dice, why would they? That's the kind of quiet domino effect that can sink a celebrity brand faster than any tabloid headline. Of course, Meghan reportedly isn't taking this lightly. One source close to the Sussex circle claims she sees Oprah's refusal as a personal betrayal, not just a business decision. They say she's convinced some of her once loyal allies are now influenced by the negative press, rather than standing firm beside her. Which raises the real question, is Meghan losing her allies because of the bad press? Or is the bad press getting worse because she's losing her allies? Either way, this isn't just a PR hiccup. It's a public spectacle of shifting power. For years, Meghan was the interview every host dreamed of landing. Her name meant headlines, clicks, and views in the millions. But now, Hollywood execs are reportedly saying, off the record, the novelty's gone, the audience is tired of the same storyline. And that's a brutal thing to hear in an industry where staying fresh isn't just important, it's survival. And if Meghan's shine really is fading, Oprah's decision might not just reflect that reality, it could speed it up. Because when someone at Oprah's level says no, it's not just about this week's news cycle. It's about the message it sends. Meghan Markle isn't a safe bet anymore. And once that whisper starts echoing around Hollywood's tight little circles, it becomes very, very hard to stop. So here we are, the Duchess of Sussex, staring down the possibility of a future without her most powerful media champion. Could this be the moment that finally pushes her brand from untouchable to unbookable? Or is she already plotting her revenge in a way that will leave everyone talking? If Meghan thought Oprah's no was the end of it, she might want to brace herself, because insiders say the fallout is already starting to snowball. Behind the closed doors of Hollywood's glittering offices, the whispers are getting louder. If Oprah won't take the risk, why should we? That's how it starts. First, a big interview slot disappears. Then a development deal quietly stalls. Before long, the invites to glossy award season events mysteriously get lost in the mail. And in a town where perception is reality, this kind of subtle freeze-out can be lethal. Sources claim at least two major media opportunities tied to Meghan for late 2025 have already been postponed indefinitely, which is industry speak for probably never happening. And while her team insists everything is fine, insiders say the mood inside Camp Sussex is anything but. Meghan reportedly believes the rejection isn't just a business snub, it's a carefully calculated distancing act designed to send a message to the entire industry. And here's the twist: it's working. Publicists, agents, even stylists are said to be reassessing the value and risk of working with her. Not because she's untalented, but because in Hollywood, nobody wants to be caught on a sinking ship. Add to that the lingering shadows from the 2021 interview, the fact-check controversies, the unanswered questions, the stories that didn't quite stick, and it's no wonder Oprah's brand managers probably ran the numbers and decided this wasn't worth the gamble. The irony? Meghan wanted this second interview to be her grand reset, her way to wrestle back control of her own narrative. Instead, the rejection itself has become the narrative, and it's one she can't edit. And while her defenders say she's just weathering a rough patch, her critics are already framing this as proof that her media power was always more fragile than it looked. Could she still stage a comeback? Absolutely, Meghan's nothing if not strategic. But without Oprah as her amplifier, the road back to the top of the cultural conversation just got a lot steeper. And in the ruthless churn of celebrity relevance, every week out of the spotlight makes it harder to climb back. Which leaves us with the question nobody in Meghan's camp wants to ask out loud: is this the start of a calculated Hollywood cold shoulder? Or just the opening scene in Meghan Markle's most